I left Ireland to work as a journalist in London almost 10 years ago. Over that time, I've witnessed firsthand the enormous impact that technology has had on the workplace.
I am the UK editor for Mashable, a media and entertainment company. We do a lot of reporting around science, entertainment, technology and social media. My role as an editor is to lead a team of journalists here in the London office. Technology is just part and parcel of everything that we do. So you're constantly in this living, breathing thing that is pivoting at every given moment. I'd love to say that I would never be replaced by a robot. I think a robot could do certain aspects of my job, like checking the spellings of things. Then there are nuances to language and tone that I think a robot would still have limitations in delivering. I've worked hard for this job. I don't want to just hand it over to a robot. It's such a big part of who I am. And so the idea of some robot coming along just like willy-nilly being able to swan in and suddenly take it over would be absolutely heartbreaking.
In the everyday of our working lives, automation can be seen all around us. Artificial intelligence are machines that work and react like humans. Since AI came into its own a number of years ago, robots are ever present in our lives, often in hidden ways. From the algorithms ordering our Facebook feeds to the apps we use on our smartphones. Machines have been developed beyond all recognition. They're now capable of not just merely constructing vehicles, but of driving them autonomously, diagnosing illness, and even understanding human emotions. It's estimated that nearly half of all US jobs will be automated in the next 20 years. As the pace of this change accelerates, I'd like to find out if we are really facing a future where machines will take our jobs. One of California's most respected authors on the subject of AI, robotics and the economy is futurist Martin Ford.
The impact on jobs is going to be potentially very disruptive and very broad-based. If you just take the example, for example, of self-driving cars and trucks, that alone will be millions and millions of jobs. And I think that it's inevitable that that will happen. It may take a little bit longer than some of the hype that we hear now would lead you to believe. It might take 15 or 20 years, but we're going to have cars and trucks that can drive themselves, and that's going to be millions of jobs. And if it were just that, without anything else, that would be enormously disruptive. But it's not just that. It's going to be many, many other things. It's going to be all kinds of factory jobs. It's going to be retail jobs. It's going to be fast food jobs. And I think most importantly, it's going to be a lot of highly skilled jobs, because we still, to some extent, I think, have this bias which suggests that we think of robots and automation primarily being in factories or primarily impacting blue-collar workers or people that maybe don't have lots of education. And that's going to be true, but it's also going to be people that do have that education, people that have gone to university, people like lawyers, accountants, financial analysts, journalists. These are all fields that are already being impacted. So this is going to be a very broad-based, significant disruption. It's something I think we really need to think about and start to plan for.